What I wish I knew about money at my 20s. Hi, I'm Anna Zakkery. Welcome to the channel. Here we usually talk about marketing tools, AI softwares, which help digital marketers to grow in this occupation, as well as this channel is for everybody who is currently looking for a new career opportunities. I believe that in these turbulent times, digital marketing is one of the most fast-growing industries where you can make a lot of money, which is not limited by income ceiling, and you can choose so many variations of how you can perform in this industry. So watch the videos. I have great videos on how to become a digital marketer, a step-by-step guide. Today's video is about money, because once you start a new occupation or you're growing in the existing one, you need to know what I should do with the income I receive. In my 20s, I knew zero about financial literacy. It took me so long time to understand that, how matter that is. At the beginning, I thought that, oh, my parents will deal with this, so they know how does money operate, but I did not realize that they are just super mediocre family, not wealthy one, so they did not have enough financial literacy knowledge to share with me. Then on the next step, I thought, okay, now my husband will help me to find out anything I need to know about financial literacy, but actually I just delegate to him this serious question and did not want to involve. But then when my company started to grow, I realized that a huge threshold in my knowledge about all that financial literacy. And I really want you to know how things are working here. The sooner, the better. First thing, when you save money, it's not enough to multiply your wealth. I thought that if I just save money and not spend them, this is already a good thing to do. No, not enough. As always, it's not enough, because there is such thing as inflation. Because of inflation, the value of money drops down. For example, I live in the United States, and for today, the official inflation rate is about 6-7%. So let's say if I have $100 saving, that means that by the end of the year, the value of that saving will be only $93-94. I will lose $7. Just imagine if you have $1,000. Okay, then 6-7% will be already $60-70, which you're going to lose by the end of the year, or whatever happens first. So this is important to understand, that if you save money, you're actually losing them. But how to multiply and save efficiently? You need to invest them, and the interest from investment should cover the loss from inflation. So here comes the other challenge. So if you decide to go with a, let's say, certified deposit, which we have within all American banks, they will probably offer you the interest rate lower than inflation, or at least equal. If it's equal, okay, at least it is something. But nowadays, they usually offer the rate that is lower than inflation. That is not good. At the end of the day, I think that it's better to save money and to lose on inflation interest than to spend money on some stupid shit like iPhone or, I don't know, fancy stuff, Cartier, Gucci, and all that things. If you don't have enough money to buy that thing and not to create a debt, so don't even think about doing that. This is so stupid. Rule number 2, which I wish I knew in my 20s, is start early to save money. It's never too early. My daughter, she's 8 years old, and she already has the investment fund, and she also have the IRA, which is the fund of money which she's going to use when she turns 55 years old. So that's quite a long-term investment. Why I do so? Because actually you either or you will lose money on some stupid stuff. I prefer better to start investing them in my kids' future. This is not a big amount of money. Sometimes it's just $200, $300, $500 a month. For me, it's not a big amount of money, but at the end of the day, it converts into quite a big amount of money within a time frame. And this helps my kid to have some solid hopes on the future. The next thing is understand where your money goes, especially if you are an entrepreneur. I didn't want to deal with all that credit scores, which are such a essential thing in the United States. No matter which country you are right now, you have some essential financial style which you need to know how that works. If you live in that system, find the time to figure out how that system works. If you do not understand how you file the taxes, how they are calculated, it's a super simple test. Find your tax declaration, tax returns for the last year, and take a look at that paper, at that form, and do you know what everything means in that tax returns? If you don't know how these numbers are calculated, then you are in a big trouble. Because even if your bookkeeper or whoever, partner, does that for you, it doesn't release responsibility from you. You have to know what every dollar stays for in your tax declaration, your tax returns. And I think that so few people know what every number, what every form means and what they need to file. The other super important thing for entrepreneurs is to know how does the cash flow goes. If you take a look at your balance sheet and you do not understand all those graphs and columns and you do not know how that calculated, actually finances are the final result of what you do on everyday basis. So if you don't understand that, how you gonna correct your actions? Right now, find the time and analyze how you pay taxes, how they are calculated, what does every number in your tax returns mean. And if you have company, if you are an entrepreneur, you can be super small, just solo owner. Let's say you're just a photographer, but you need to know what you should pay for, what licenses you need to get, and how is the cash flow organized in your company. The other thing is your circle, so people who surround you impact your financial literacy and financial state. If you communicate, network with people who are just at the beginning of their life, a professional life, just at the beginning of forming their wealth, just make sure that this is the right circle, right network for you to be. Every time I go on the meeting with a friend, I ask myself a question. What can this person teach me? Why this meeting can be useful for me? This might sound so materialistic, but I have such a limited time within the day and within the life and within the year. I don't want to spend it on some stupid empty shit, which I did not plan. The other thing I wish I knew at my 20s is that financial literacy is a lifelong skill. If you want to grow, you cannot stop at some point and say, okay, I've learned how does the bookkeeping done in my company, or how does the cash flow goes, how that works, and I can stop on this point. No, you have to learn new things. How does money work? Where you can invest. You have ChatGPT right now. You can ask any question and receive immediate answers to everything what you're wondering. At least start to read about it. Just one book which might change everything. And the last thing, which is crucial, that you need to have a deadline for each financial goal. It's not just to say, I want to become a millionaire, or I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, I want to save this amount of money or that amount of money. You need to deadline it. When you're gonna make it. Mondays pass so fast, and you wake up on the Monday and then you just blink, okay, this is Friday. I was not able to do anything for my future assets or future investments and savings. That's why you need to have a deadline for each goal. You want to buy a property, your first residence, okay, put it on the map. Right in front of your working desk, you need to have the timeline, how much money you are saving, and what is the gap towards your goal. Track it, save it, watch it, and this will help you to achieve that goal faster. I did not know that in my 20s, I just set some goals and send it to the universe saying like, oh, I want to have an apartment in Miami, or I want to have fancy white BMW X6 or something stupid stuff like that. Somehow I was able to achieve it, but the key word is a somehow. It just could happen or could not. The key to the success here is to set the deadlines. Let me know in the comments which of these tips you're gonna use or which one resonated with you the most. I hope that you watch this video and will do something. Don't just watch a lot of content on YouTube. Stop watching, start doing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and see you next time.